こんにちは。日本語コーチのチェロ先生です。Welcome to another video. This is the last video of our listening test JLPT N5, right? N5. This is 問題4, right? The last part of the test, part 4. So we're going to do from question number 1 through question number 6. So let's get into it.
問題4。
問題4には絵などがありません。文を聞いて1から3の中から一番いいものを一つ選んでください。
Hi. So let's listen first and choose your answer. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. Let's go.
ありがとうございます。1、
すみません。
2、
いただきます。
3、
どういたしまして。
Hi. So, the answer is number 3. どういたしまして right? So the situation was ありがとうございます right? So you listen, the person A says ありがとうございます So as an answer, as a reply to ありがとうございます the best answer is どういたしまして You're welcome. You're welcome, right? Number 1 was すみません which means I'm sorry or excuse me. And number 2 was いただきます Itadakimasu is the expression in Japanese that we say before we start eating something, right? When you were receiving a meal and you were about to start eating it. So that also does not really reply to the statement arigatou gozaimasu. So the best answer was number 3. Let's move on to our first question. 問題1ですね。
1番。
トイレはどちらですか？ 1、
あの人です。
2、
あちらです。
3、
そうです。
Hi, so the answer is number 2. あちらです。That is right there. So the statement was トイレはどちらですか？トイレはどちらですか？ Where is the bathroom? Right? どちら is the polite way of saying どこですか？ Right? So トイレ means toilet or restrooms, right? So where is the restroom? Or where is the toilet? And then the answer is あちらです as the best reply, right? Number 1 is wrong because it says あの人ですね is that person. So it doesn't make sense. For example, if I say 田中さんは誰ですか? Who is Mr. Tanaka? Then you could say あの人です. But again, トイレはどちらですか? Doesn't match, right? And number 3 is そうです. So this is like, that's right, so it doesn't really match it, right? So if I say トイレは汚いですね like the bathroom is that the toilet is really dirty, isn't it? And then you can say そうです like, oh yeah, that's right. But again, if you're asking where the toilet is トイレはどちらですか? そうです is not a good answer. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. はい、2番。Let's listen first and choose your answer. Let's go.
2番。
失礼ですが、今おいくつですか？ 1、
20歳です。
2、
20日です。
3、
8人です。
はい。じゃあ、the answer is number 1. 20歳です。20歳です。20歳 means 20 years old, right? So 20歳 is how you read the 20, right? 20歳。20歳 is 20歳. Okay? So what we heard first in statement A is 失礼ですが、今おいくつですか? So 失礼ですが、失礼します is like excuse me, right? So 失礼ですが is something that you say when you are about to ask something that it might be a little bit rude. So 失礼 here means rude. Right? It's like, well, like, I'm sorry for my rudeness, but ima, now, oikutsu desu ka? How old are you? So if you don't know yet, oikutsu desu ka is a different way of saying nansai desu ka? How old are you? It means exactly the same, right? So as an answer, hatachi desu is the best answer, right? Because we're being asked the age, so obviously you need to answer with the age. Number 2 is incorrect because hatsuka desu. Hatsuka means the 20th of the month, right? It's the date, right? The day of the month, the 20th. So that's wrong. Hatsuka, although it sounds very similar to hatachi, right? So that's to trick you. And number 3 is wrong because it says hachinin desu, 8 people, right? So it doesn't match the question. So therefore, number 1 is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Number 3, let's listen first and choose our answer. Let's go.
3番、
日本語お上手ですね。1、
いえ、まだまだです。
2、
いえ、上手ですよ。
3、
いえ、下手じゃありません。
Hi, and the answer is number 1. Okay, iie, mada mada desu. So the first statement was Nihongo ojouzu desu ne. Nihongo ojouzu desu ne. So Nihongo, Japanese language, ojouzu. Jouzu means good, right? The opposite of heta, meaning like you're not very good. So jouzu, to make it polite, you add the o, ne, like ocha, right? Desu ne is like, oh, you are good, right? So basically, person A is saying, oh, wow, your Japanese is really good, right? Nihongo jouzu desu ne. And as a natural answer, when somebody says this to you, you should say, iie, mada mada desu, right? Even if your Japanese is quite good, in Japan we have this idea of being humble, right? So mada mada desu, basically the direct translation here would be mada means not yet, right? So not yet, not yet. But basically you're saying, oh no, I'm still not good enough. I'm still not Joe's, right? Not nearly as I would like to be. So that's a very humble way of saying, no, no, I'm not still, I'm still, is a work in progress, basically, right? Iie, mada mada desu. So if somebody every, says like, wow, your Japanese is really good, this is a great way of answering. Okay, iie, mada mada desu, right? Number 2 is incorrect because the sentence was iie, jouzu desu yo, right? So it doesn't make sense, right? So this would be a statement replying for somebody who said, oh, like hita desu ne, like iie, jouzu ne. His Japanese is so bad. No, 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 his Japanese is actually good, right? It would be more like that kind of conversation. And number 3 is wrong because it says iie, hita ja arimasen, right? This is like, no, I'm not, or he is not hita, ne? Not a bad at the language. But here again, it doesn't match number A, the person A statement, because there is Nihongo ojouzu desu ne. She's not saying hita desu ne. If he was hita desu ne, then it would be hita ja arimasen, like as a protest, right? No, hita janai. But it doesn't make sense. Therefore, the correct answer is number 1. Let's move on to the next one. Hi, number 4. So let's listen first and choose your answer. Let's go.
4番、宿題はいつまでですか？ 1、
昨日出しました。
2、
明日出すでしょう。
3、
来週までです。
Hi. So the answer is number 3. 来週までです。ね。来週 means next week. まで is until. So it is until next week. So A, the statement A was 宿題はいつまでですか? Until when is the いつまで until when is the 宿題 homework. Meaning, until when for when is this homework? When is it due? Right? And the answer is "Raishumade desu," always until next week, meaning that we have until next week to finish the homework, right? Number one is incorrect because it says "kino dashimashita," right? Dashimashita is the past tense of the verb dasu. Dasu, dashimasu, dasanai, dashite, which is to uh, put it out. But in this case, shukudai dasu, it means to hand in, right? To finish and give it to the teacher. That is dashimasu. But again, it doesn't make sense because the statement here is shukudai wa itsumade desu ka, right? If the statement from A was when did you give in your hand in your homework, then it would be right. Kino dashimashita. I handed in yesterday, but again, it doesn't match. And number two is incorrect because it says ashita dasu desho, right? Which translates ashita tomorrow. Dasu is to hand in, right? To give it. Desho is like probably, right? So this would be a statement replying to a statement like, when is Peter going to, hand in his homework? Well, I believe he's going to do it tomorrow. That would be ashita dasu desho, all right? But again, it doesn't match the statement here from A, so the correct answer is number 3. All right, so let's move on to the next question. 5番, number 5, please listen and choose your answer. Let's go.
5番、山田さんは来ましたか？ 1、
はい、まだ来ませんでした。
2、
はい、もう来ています。
3、
はい、そうです。
And the correct answer is number 2. はい、もう来ています。Right? So statement A was 山田さんは来ましたか？山田さん, Mr. or Miss Tanaka, right? 来ましたか? This is the past of the verb 来る, not to come. 来る, 来ます, 来ない, 来て. And 来ましたか is a question. So has Mr. Tanaka arrived already? That is the natural translation, right? The direct translation is did he come? Right? And B says, はい、もう来ています. Yes, he's already here. もう is like already. 来ています is like has come, right? 来ています is finish the action of 来る, right? はい、もう来ています. Number 1 is wrong because it says, はい、まだ来ませんでした, right? So 来ませんでした means he didn't or she didn't come. まだ is yet, right? And hi here is an answer to the statement, which doesn't make sense, right? So if the question was like, oh, Mr. Tanaka is not here yet, right? And then you say, yes, he's not, he hasn't arrived yet. But again, it doesn't match the statement from A, therefore it's wrong. And number 3 is wrong because it says, はい、そうです, right? So, 山田さんは来ましたか? Did Mr. Yamada arrive? はい、そうです。ね。It kind of, it means sounds a little bit okay because you are saying, yeah, that's right, which could be an answer. But again, number 2 is just more appropriate because it says mo kiteimasu, right? はい、そうです is kind of a vague, so that's why you might consider it, but it's not our best choice. I would say that it's not 100% incorrect, but it's not the best choice because number 2 fits perfectly. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Hi, number 6. Let's listen and choose our answer. Let's go.
6番、
リンです。よろしくお願いします。1、
こちらこそよろしく。
2、
はい、お願いしました。
3、
はい、よろしかったです。
Hi. Okay, so the answer is number 1. こちらこそよろしく, right? So the statement was リンです。よろしくお願いします. So this is a situation where somebody is introducing themselves, right? So in this case, Rin is the person introducing herself, and So she says her name. I'm Ring. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu means nice to meet you, right? Or I'm counting on you. It's a little bit difficult to translate into English, but basically it's, natural translation would be like nice to meet you. And then B says kochira koso, meaning I'm also glad to meet you. Ne? Kochira koso. Kochira is the polite way of koko, meaning my side. Koso is like also, right? So from my side, yoroshiku is a short, less polite version of yoroshiku onegaishimasu, which implies that perhaps person B is, her boss or somebody superior in the hierarchy, social hierarchy, right? But that is our best option. Number 2 is incorrect because it says hai onegai shimashita, right? Which is the past tense, right? Onegai shimashita, which then would be translated as, oh yes, I asked somebody to do something or to do, so it just doesn't make sense, right? And it's just a play here, the tricky part is because onegai, yoroshiku onegai shimasu, right? So onegai shimasu, onegai shimashita. This is just to trick you in case you don't really know the meaning of the expression yoroshiku onegai shimasu, right? And number 3 is incorrect because it says hai, yoroshikatta desu, right? Yoroshikatta is the past tense of the form yoroshii, ne? So when we say yoroshii desu ka, it's like we're asking permission for something. It's the same thing of like ii desu ka, ne? Like, can I put my bag here? ここにね、バッグを置いてもね、よろしいですか？いいですか？ね、it's just a polite, better way of saying いいですか？よろしいですか？ And is the past tense in よろしかったです? Oh yeah, that was right, that was okay, but it doesn't match the statement いいんです。よろしくお願いします。Therefore, it's wrong. Okay, so our best answer was number 1. Okay, こちらこそよろしくお願いします。Hi, and this is the end of this video. お疲れ様でした。I hope it was helpful. I hope you liked all of the videos with the script and the explanation. So if you want to see more of this Inugo, script videos, please let me know. Also, if you are planning to take not Inugo, but perhaps the other levels as well, feel free to leave it in the comments so I can see actually which one perhaps I should try to make. それでは、I'll see you on the next video. また、バイバイ